Well, hello friends, happy July. This is Lisa from the Wright Guidance, bringing in your channeled guidance for the month. I'm going to be working with Doreen Virtue's the Angel Tarot cards. You are going to absolutely be involved in helping to choose the message that comes forward for you this month. I'm at the Lakeshore in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. You can't see Toronto right now. It's a little bit foggy here, super humid. So if you watch my hair expand. So I'm going to be shuffling. I asked Archangel Michael to please protect the transmission of messages that wish to come through for you, bringing in the guidance that you most need to hear. So as I shuffle the cards and pull cards on camera for you, I'm going to then hold them up so that you can again choose. If there's more than one card that you feel magnetically drawn to, then that has a message for you too. I am going to try to also record relationships, card one, a relationship one for you as well, if I have enough memory, and battery, card two, 3, 4. You're gonna unfortunately hear families. I tried to move to the most secluded place, but it's, yeah, not happening. 5, we have 7, 6, and then we have card 7. Okay, so I'm gonna hold them up for you. 1, 2, 3. I'll do the best I can. 4, 5, 6, 7. Which cards are you drawn to? And then you can of course fast forward me if the messages are piggybacking off one another. I'll let you know so that you can rewind if needed. Okay, so those of you who chose card number 1, nice. You have the 8 of Earth, which is the 8 of Pentacles for those of you who follow traditional tarot. This one says skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, and going back to school. Dun, dun, dun. So if you look closely at the picture, this angel is reading in nature. This is kind of where I go to different nature spots to take in information just because I'm easily distracted. So coming into nature, I can disconnect, I can leave the phone, I can do all those things. I can bring certain company with me that I know we're kind of on the same journey. So that's fun too. But skilled work is rewarded. So what does that mean? You're expanding your knowledge on a topic. This could be, you know, asking for courses from your workplace. There's internal courses, different promotions. You can talk to a boss or a mentor or HR, I would assume, about any internal courses you can take to expand, you know, what you know about the company and your different skill sets. So do you need to go back to school? Are you thinking about changing a career altogether? I'd need to do a personal reading for you to know that totally. But regardless, you're hitting the books, regardless, you're taking in knowledge. Sorry, there's a really, I'll be nice. There's a family going by. Isn't the dragging of the slippers something that just... Okay, anyways. Regardless, in July, you're taking in information. So it is leading towards expanding your career and your skill set. Squirrels above my head. But you know, going back to school, it's possible too. So if you've been putting it off, if you've been thinking about looking at the different curriculum from the different colleges, you know, in the continuing education here in Ontario, super easy to go to night class, and you know, it might take you longer, but if you don't have time to go full time, then don't make excuses for why you can't do what you came here to do. Nosy, nosy, nosy. Okay. I'm going to move forward to see if the other cards piggyback off one another, because it's possible there's a theme for the month. So those of you who were attracted to card 2, you have the 10 of Fire, which is the 10 of Wands. And the thing is that in the traditional tarot, this card has a man bent down with 10 rods in his back, all kind of spiked out and just weighing him down because he's like in that hunch position. Here, in this case, you have a dragon with a pot of gold, you know, with all the swords slammed into that. What it shows is just there's too many burdens, there's too many things going on, and you can't concentrate and you can't make any moves forward in anything because you are not releasing those burdens that you carry. So that has to do with you and what you're allowing. So if your message is, for July, what are you allowing and what are you not releasing? So you have, well, today is July 2nd. You have the solar eclipse, new moon, perfect day for releasing. So I'm meeting up with someone later. We're doing something together for releasing, and it could be releasing relationships, things you've been telling yourself, energies, old patterns, old way of thinking, old way of doing things. What do you need to release? Who do you need to release? Whose cords do you need to cut? And the reason they're telling you this is because, listen, you need to release. Think of it as carrying a backpack with like 100 pounds extra. And if the doors that are opening before you can't fit you in that because your backpack is kind of like stopping you, the universe is not going to open those doors, and they're not going to bring in, that new job, that promotion, perhaps a move, maybe a transfer to a different community altogether, provinces in in Canada, and then of course, states for my American friends. But there could be a particular move that is a catalyst that you need to tie up all these ends. So it is showing that you are under an enormous amount of stress because of this. So your message is to not put it off. Your message is to okay, one thing at a time. What's the first burden that needs to go? Start there. So I have caught a wish. Let me just make a wish. Okay. That was nice. So start slow so you're not overwhelmed, because it does show stress. Life is out of balance for you. You're just, there's too much going on. So if you need to reach out to someone to help you with that, then that's what you have to do. Run, Forrest, run. But that's not good. You don't want this for your July. You don't want this for your summer month. And you don't want this to stop you from getting to the destination that is just lying before you. So take this time, say no to obligations so you can have this personal time. If you do carry a full schedule that you're like, how the hell am I supposed to have time to do this? You're your most important priority. You are. And if you just don't take care of yourself, these stress-related health concerns are going to grow. They're going to grow and manifest as a blood pressure problem, perhaps massive panic attacks, perhaps you having to stay home from work because you're now sick. So really, can you afford to not deal with this? The answer is no. Good luck. Card 3. You have another Pentacles card. It's the 9 of Pentacles, so 9 of Earth. Us Earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And sometimes when you do get, certain cards, Pentacle cards are us Earth signs. I'm a Virgo. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So that could signal that your major burden is coming from someone of that sign. And then those of you who with the Earth, this is a really, really nice message for your month. Actually, it's enjoying life's little luxuries, spending some quiet time alone in introspection. And the other message of this card would be successful self-employment, successful startups. So if you're thinking about starting something, maybe you're going back to school, perhaps you're learning a new trade, you're picking up some knowledge so that you can move into successful self-employment with just a better skill set that you have now. So you'll have more transferable skills perhaps, but successful self-employment. Okay, look at her. She's kind of coy. So if you're walking around in that coy kind of energy, good for you. Enjoying life's little luxuries, and with the slash of spending time alone, it is about self-care. And what does that mean to you? So self-care for me is here. Would I like to be on a plane somewhere and go up in mountains and just disconnect? Yeah, I would. But life's little luxuries are whatever you can afford. So if you can book time away on your own, or maybe perhaps at a resort, where you can still maybe take in some of the different self-care things like massages and perhaps an energy healing or whatever you feel. But it is about you. This is a card that is all about you, and maybe while you're taking that self-care time and that time away and that time saving, maybe in a setting like this, to maybe learn and read books and grab some new skills for whatever it is, if it is for your own personal business or if it's for your gains to expand your resume so that you look better to someone who's seeking you out, perhaps. But you need time alone to take this in, because wherever you are is way too distracting. So good luck. Card 4. Okay, 7 of Air. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. For those of you who like me to say that, who it's tied to. This card here with the air signs, plans that need revision. So whatever it is you're working on, there's more than meets the eye, or there's more documents to look over, or there's a lot more work than you anticipated. More going on that meets the eye, poor timing. So the time isn't right for whatever it is you're working on. So if you are actually working on, say, you know, a business startup, or you're thinking about making a move, not yet. So if you got this card, not yet. If you got this card, you're fine. Okay. So just the time isn't right. So you're to be going into introspection. So if you fast forwarded to this, go back. If you take the time you need to gather your information, just listen to the whole bloody reading, gather the information you need, so that way you can release the other burdens that are stopping you from being successful at this new venture, this successful self-employment. It's because the timing isn't right, because you're not ready. And it's okay to not be ready. You know, perhaps the person you're going to link up with, or the property you're moving into, it's just the timing is off, and we can't control that. That is the divine in charge of all those wonderful things. So when doors don't open, I try not to get pissy, because I'm like, okay, obviously I have some other things that I need to be working on. So I get to work, right? Get to work. That's all I've been freaking doing this year. Okay, we have another air card. So again, another Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And so I want you to really pay close attention to this message. So for those of you who got this card, this is an unwise choice. Okay. There's someone with motives. So if you've been offered something, if your instincts are telling you no about a particular situation, I don't think it's a personal relationship. I really think it's like maybe an offer of employment, or something that maybe, you know, it's one of those like, does it seem too good to be true? Yeah, probably is. But what can you learn from this situation? Now, this could also mean like a relationship. Sorry, it's like so warm here. My hair is sticking to me. I have lots of Italian hair. An unwise choice. So perhaps a situation that you found yourself in that you are now breaking away from. So if it's something from the Ten of Swords, that you have released relationships, you're cutting cords to your past, you're moving away from everything that's been holding you back, and all the things that you've been doing, like fear-based thoughts, all these things that you've been doing to hold yourself back. This is like another introspection card. So it's like, what did you learn about yourself in this situation? You made an unwise choice. So, you know, did you ignore the red flags while you entered into that marriage or that relationship, or, you know, a job? Did you enter into a business deal with someone who you're like, oh, they were a little sketchy? It is about, you know, reviewing everyone's motives. So what was your motive in choosing or making that unwise choice, or ignoring the red flags? What was your motive? Why did you stay in a relationship? Or why did you, you know, because let's say you're moving away from a relationship. Why did you stay so long? There's motive and reasoning behind everything, why we do everything. It's sometimes because we want the outside to appear perfect. And there's so many people, I shouldn't say we, because it's not me. There's so many people who really care about what other people think. And they're so interested in what their social media looks like. What does my family life look like? Or what does my partner look like? Do they look good on my arm? And sometimes people don't move on from things because they're just worried about what other people are going to think. And that's an unwise choice to do that, because there's doors and potential for you that are going to open up. And if you don't, now for me to get this, I'll tell you why. If you don't release it, you just don't want that opportunity or that new relationship to just fade away, because they're not going to wait, or they're going to just think that you're a dud and they're going to move away from you if they've been waiting. So the reason I'm also getting that, because I don't have that. One second. Priorities, my McDonald's coffee. I would say that you're squelching your truth, and there's things that you aren't saying. So for me to have that, your throat chakra needs work, and you need to say what you need to say. You need to release the burdens from the 10 of Swords. Release, perhaps in writing, if you're not that type of person who feels confrontational, to have that talk, like you not have to puff out your chest. You're just like, from your heart, this is how I feel. This is what I need to release. I made an unwise choice. We weren't good for one another. You don't have to hurt someone's feelings, okay? When you are releasing someone, you do not have to hurt their feelings. So just release that. What was your motive? Release that. You know, what kind of life do I want to attract going forward? You still have the rest of the year. And are you going to make the most of it? So about making the right choices, it's not about those right choices in someone else's eyes, or how do I look in someone else's eyes, or how does my ego feel if I stay in situations that aren't favorable for me any longer. So because I need to move on, because I don't need to get a throat issue. We have another Earth card. This is actually one of the best cards in the deck. Another Pentacles card, and it's the 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. Again, having to do with people who are, mosquitoes, not mosquitoes, Earth signs. So Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgos. And this could mean that you're entering into this type of a relationship with someone who's a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. And they are going to provide you with, of course we are, a happy and rewarding family life, financial security, because the two of you could be working on something that's a collaborative project, or once you come together, and you know, this is something that's not in your energy field right now, so something you're moving towards perhaps at some point in July. But through this merger, there will be financial security, and it could be because like you are going to be supported the way that we all need. Like, I've been self-employed for so long, and if I were to be supported and encouraged and just have that kind of freedom where I can just like soar with someone who has my back, I think I would be a tremendous success, more so than I am now. But it is about finding the magic in the little things and just a rewarding family life. So again, if it's a merge, perhaps you're entering a relationship with someone who's, you know, got a family as well, but it's merged and it's happy times. It's like a good move for you. So, but in order for you to get to that part, maybe that's the end of the month card, and it could be that's why the card is number 6 out of the 7. It's because you've got to listen to the whole bloody reading, I think, because there's things that you've got to release and purge, just like all of us. I would say like almost every single client that I've given guidance to in personal reads is going through this release and attracting. So if you need to release, the full moon tonight, the new moon, sorry, is the time to do it. There is going to be a full moon, I think the 17th, and I will be doing another function. So this Thursday, I'm actually having an event actually here in Mississauga at the lake. So if you would like information, there is information on my page, or just reach out and I'll send it to you personally if you'd like to join us. So last card, another really good card actually, 3 of Fire. 3 of Fire. So this could be like, again, I think this reading might be like start of the month, end of the month, because we have the abundance card. Again, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Abundance, it's an abundance card. Things are looking really good. Have patience at this time, but make long-term plans. So, you know, if you're entering into a new relationship with someone, merging families, joining together, joining forces perhaps, and if you're like, well, it's not going to be a family because I'm happy with where I am, that could be the case. And that could be like joining into a merger of, you know, that successful self-employment, or perhaps joining forces with someone else who has a company, to have that rewarding, that abundance that's going to come from you expanding your business or expanding your horizons, taking on a job, employment, something else. There's something else adding to your resume through skill set and study, and, you know, more transferable skills perhaps. But abundance, everything's looking good for you. So, but have patience at this time, because, you know, It's not supposed to happen on your watch. So first, release all your burdens. Yes, yes, yes. Holy crap, is it hot? Release your burdens, okay? Do your work, okay? And make long-term plans. So, you know, are you doing your law of attraction homework? What is it you want? Are you telling the universe? Are you telling God in prayer? Are you asking for help? Are you asking for help in situations? Are you asking for blessings for those in your life? Are you praying for people that are important? Because you should. And everyone's going through something, so ignore their bullshit on social media, because that's usually what it is. I don't buy anybody's stuff. I'm truly honest, but there's not a whole lot of people out me who's like just authentic and honest, and I am. If I got something to say to you, I'll say it. But I'm going to end the reading there just because I'm hoping to have enough space on my memory card to do you a love and romance reading. So I hope you will stay tuned. I'm going to start opening my YouTube account that I started and didn't because I got distracted by somebody. So I'm going to start that open. I'm going to be transferring all these videos there. So I hope you will like, share, and subscribe my channel. And I will be doing individual readings for each sign. That way you can get a more personalized reading. But I will be using the Romance Angels in the next video. Bye, guys.